Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and welcome to this very special episode of Healing Code Cards free e-course. So I know this is probably a long time coming. A lot of people have just been asking me so many different questions about the Healing Code cards, and again, there's thousands of people all over the world that are currently using the Healing Code cards, and this is why I think it's very apropos that I go ahead and create this 4-episode series that will be taking place every Saturday for the next 4 Saturdays, where we're going to be looking into the Healing Code cards a little bit more deeper, understanding their nature, how we can work with them well, understanding the certain categories of cards as well too. And again, I'll be going through each deck each week. So this week will be about the body deck. Next week will be about the mind deck. The week after that will be about the energy deck. And then the 4th week will be a combination of all 3 decks and just looking into some more additional information pertaining to how they can be used and their functionality. So that's what we're going to start off with today, is looking into the Healing Code cards body deck. Now, some of you may have the first version of the body deck where it comes in the tuck box. And this, of course, is the tin box version. So this is where we need to start with, actually, because there have actually been some people very confused about when they open up the box. Well, there may be cards, but there's no instructions inside the box. So Brad, where's the instruction book? Well, all we do is we go to the back of the card, back of the tuck box, and we'll see that QR code. Okay, so right here. So you see where it says download manual, and you have a QR code right there. Okay, so that QR code is what you use. You just use your phone, you capture the QR code, it'll take you directly to the website, and you'll be able to download the online PDF manual for the body deck. Okay, the same thing is going to be happening with the mind deck and of course the energy deck as well too. They all have that QR code at the back of the tuck box. Okay, now there's a reason why this is called the Healing Code Cards Body Deck Special Edition. Is it's not only it has some extra cards, but it also comes in this tin box. Now the new body deck that's going to be coming is going to be coming back into the tuck box once again. So because these boxes are just getting really, really expensive to try and ship and to come to me as well too. They've raised in price, but I still may be offering these tin boxes optionally on the website. So I'll be looking more into that around the time of March to see if they're still feasible to invest in, but they are getting a little bit more difficult to get a hold of now. So this is why I'm basically bringing them back into their old tuck box format. But I'll see if I can get more of these boxes, and you guys can always order these tin boxes separately. Okay? So anyways, that's the first part, is being able to see where's the instruction book, because I remember the first version of the Healing Code Cards body deck had a printed instruction book inside the tuck box, and now it's not there anymore. No, and I'm mostly doing that to save paper. So you're just getting the digital download of the PDF through, again, the QR code here, getting the PDF manual. All right, so we're going to now look into the Healing Code Cards body deck as well. So as we get into looking at the Healing Code cards about how they function, we firstly have to understand how these cards work. How do they work? All I'm really looking at is just some sacred geometry here. Some nice sacred geometry and some nice backgrounds, and it's a nice looking card. But how exactly does this work? What's the spiritual technology that's behind the Healing Code cards? Well, it's quite simple. I basically go into a type of altered state, meditation state, when I'm developing the Healing Code cards, right? So I meditate, I bring spirit into me, and as I bring about these commands, like I've written down all these commands on documents, and I apply these commands directly into the geometries of the cards, and they basically stick there. So it is spirit-induced commands that are being imbued directly into the geometry that will work with one's own energy field. Okay? So there's no separate energy with this. There's no outside energy that represents these cards. These cards are specifically programmed through their geometry to work together with your energy field and relaying your energy field back to you with the new programs that are contained inside the geometry. Okay, so if we're looking at the spine enhancer here, we're looking at simple commands that I've placed through meditation, connecting directly with spirit, and bringing all of those commands to fuse directly into this geometry. And so now all of the commands represent great health to the spine. Health to the spine, repairing the spine, working with the nerves of the spine, everything in regards to the spine is now being repaired by it just being present in your energy field. Okay? So it's your own energy field that is cycling into the geometry of this card through your attention. So you giving attention to the card is what's causing the energy field to absorb itself into the geometries of this card, and then it's relaying back to you. So your own energy field is what's responsible for healing you. Okay? So this is why I always suggest it's good to do meditation daily. It's good to work with meditation with the card. It's good to work with energy healing. It's good to open yourself up. It's good to do a lot of the healing practices that I have here on my Newer Teachings YouTube channel as well too. It's good to continue to practice this because what you're doing is you're cultivating your prana. You're cultivating your chi. You're cultivating your life energy. As you cultivate it and make it much more potent, these are going to become a lot more potent as well too. So they're as potent as your energy field is currently. Okay? Now the Healing Code cards always work together with subtle energy. They're not an intense energy. Now I know some people will look at that and say, "Oh my God, it's it's hitting me really, really hard." I've shown this to people when I've gone on my travels. I've shown them the body deck and I show them the cards and like, man, it's blasted. Well, it's true. They are concentrating a lot of your energy field and shining it right back at you, right? But the whole idea is that it all works together with the nature of your energy field. So if your energy field is very strong and very intense, and you're looking back at this card, well, that strong, intense energy is just relaying back to you because that's the nature of your energy, right? A person may just look at that and say, oh, okay, it's kind of subtle. It's not too bad because their energy is pretty subtle, okay? So whether you have nice, gentle, and subtle energy, or whether you have very strong and intense energy, the cards are going to reflect that back to you, okay? So all they're doing is they're just assimilating all of the information within your energy field and projecting these codes of spirit directly into the geometry and relaying it back to you, okay? So it's kind of like a mirror or a collector. It's like a collector of energy that's just collecting your energy field, putting these programs of healing directly into your energy field and beaming it back to you, okay? So that's why I call it like a mirror or like a collector of energy and reflecting it back to you. So I hope that makes sense. And I get a lot of people say it feels really good, right? When I work with the cards, I just pick them up and I feel them like, oh, it feels so nice. Well, that's good. Like I said, it's just reflecting your energy. Now, it's when you work with the amplifiers that you can actually boost up the energy a lot more, right? So if I have subtle energy and I'm using the spine enhancer and now I'm using the 30x amplifier, and this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking the amplifier and I'm just putting it behind the one card, just like this. And now, there's definitely an increase in energy, okay? It's 30 times stronger, so a person may start to feel that. I'm used to my cards, right? I'm used to the amplification, so it's not too much of a big hit for me. But if I wasn't using the cards for a while, and then I go ahead and start using them again, I'd probably get that strong hit, right? But it's definitely a lot stronger. I can just tune into it energetically, and it's like a sun just shining back upon me, right? So it's just taking my energy field, putting all of the codes into that energy field as it absorbs the energy, and it's relaying directly back to me. So again, that's how they work. So we're going to look into now the 4 methods that you can use when you are working with the cards, okay? In the past, there was only 3 methods, and it wasn't too long ago that I developed a 4th method. Now, the first 3 methods relate to that of the gazing method, okay? So what you're doing with the gazing method, again, if I'm using the spine enhancer here in the body deck as an example, I'm just doing this, okay? So my center gaze is right here. I'm just putting my gaze at the center of the card. My foveal vision is looking right at the center point of the card. Now I could do it like this if I wanted to. I could hold it maybe about 2.5, 3 feet away from me if I want, but I'd like to get a little bit closer to it, okay? So I want it maybe about a foot or so close to my face, so I can really just center on it, look at the center of the card, and just stay in that gazing method for at least 60 seconds. So 60 seconds would go down. Now, if I wanted to do it longer, I could certainly do it longer. If I wanted to gaze for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes or so, I could certainly do that. That's not a problem. But what we want to do is we want to get at least those 60 seconds. Okay, that 60 seconds is basically indicating the full cycle of your energy flowing through the geometry and coming back to you. Okay, so it's kind of like looking at the orbit of the Earth, only in this way we're looking at the orbit of the cycles pertaining to the energy field. The energy field, for it to go out and then back in, takes about 60 seconds. Okay, so that's why we're doing the 60 seconds here. We're giving 60 seconds for our energy field to be absorbed directly into the card, receiving all of those spirit instructions from the card, and now flowing back into us. And that's a 60-second cycle. Okay? Like I said, we can do it longer if we want to. 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, if you want. Totally up to you. Okay? But as long as you're doing the 60 seconds to allow the energetic cycle to have that one full rotation, then you're good. Okay? So that's the gazing method. So we can do that as well too. Now the second method we have is the charging of the water. Unfortunately, I don't have a glass of water with me here to demonstrate, so I'm basically just going to kind of pretend that I do. I forgot to grab a glass of water before I came on the air here. But if I have a glass of water right here, and I have the spine enhancer, all I do is I just lean that card right against the glass. Okay, so if my fingers here are the glass, I'm just leaning it up against this. I could also put it on top of the glass, just like that. Or if I have a coaster, right, I could just put a coaster beneath. I could just put a coaster, let me just say here, I'll do it in the best way I can demonstrate it. Let's just say this right here is a coaster, okay? So I'm just putting the coaster like this, okay? The card is underneath, and now I'm putting the glass on top. That works just fine. Okay, as long as your glass of water is within a 3-foot radius of the card will charge it, okay? So what it's doing again is it's taking all of its instructions and it's putting all of those instructions into the living prana of the water, okay? So you could be out of the room because it's not touching your energy field, okay? But it's touching the energy field of the water. Again, if my fingers here are the glass and I'm leaning the card against it, what it's doing is it's giving instructions to the living prana of the water. So the water is receiving all of the instructions through its prana from the card, okay? So the prana of the water is getting the instructions, the commands contained within this card, okay? Now, Brad, can I have multiple cards on water, if I have a water fountain, right? Or if I have a, water cooler, and I have multiple cards, will that work just fine? Absolutely. Totally. Yes. This is only going to bring benefit to everyone and to everything. You can even use this on your plants. Okay? Of course, they don't have a spine enhancer, but you can work together with just improving their energy altogether. You can even just use amplifiers on your plants as well too. You can use these cards on your animals as well too. You can use them on your cats and on your dogs. I usually suggest doing that when they're sleeping. Okay, so you're softly just putting a card on them while they're sleeping as well too. That's where we're going to get into the next method. Okay, but you can use it for plants. Like I said, maybe work with the amplifier for the plants. If you have the mind deck, one of the best things to do is work with a love energy enhancer, work with the spirit light purifier, work with an amplifier as well too, and putting that on your plants. Works great, okay? Because plants themselves have living prana, okay? So wherever there is living prana, we can work together with that through the healing code cards. They work with living prana to put these codes directly into the prana and having the prana recycling back to its host, okay? That's why we call it the healing code cards. They're healing codes that are imbuing themselves directly into your life energy and cycling back into you so that your life energy, your prana, can go to work in healing your body. Okay? And the more that you're exercising your living prana, you're working with meditation, you're working with inner practices, and you're making your living energy more potent. This is what's going to bring the healing code cards into much more of a greater benefit for yourself. Okay? So again, that's the second method. The second method is the charging method with water, working with the water's living prana. Okay? The third method we have is the body method. Okay? So I'm just taking the card again, and I'm just putting it on my chest. Okay? If it's the spine enhancer, I don't have to directly put it on the spine. Like I said, it works within a 3-foot radius. And as long as it's touching your body, and it's in orientation with your spine, which is definite here, this is all I'm doing. I can lay down on my couch, I can take a nap. If my spine's been bugging me, I got the spine enhancer right here. I just lay down on my couch, I lay down on my bed, and I can have a brief nap just holding the spine enhancer on me. And now as I wake up, oh wow, spine feels way better, right? I had a 1-hour nap, I had my card on me, and now it feels amazing. My spine feels so much better. What's happening? It's again receiving your energy fields, putting the codes directly into the prana, and recycling it back into your body. It does this once every minute. Okay? So if you're falling asleep for an hour, then you have 60 cycles, full cycles of the living prana of the healing code cards, codes coming through you and healing your body. Okay? So that's a wonderful thing to do as well too. So you can put it upon your body. You can put it on your head, put it on your chest, put it on your feet, put it on your knees, whatever you want to do. Again, there's a 3-foot radius. So if you have something, for example, bacteria eliminator, okay? If we want to remove some harsh bacteria from the body, let's say we have SIBO, okay? S-I-B-O, SIBO, SIBO. Okay, I'll just stand up here so you can see me. And I'm just going to place it right here. And now I'll take a nap. Okay, or now I'll just meditate. I'll meditate lying down, I'll meditate sitting, whatever it is. And I'm just going to hold the card there while I meditate or while I take a nap. Okay? And then a short while later, I'll feel that my body is getting better. I'll feel more vitality. I'll feel lighter in the gut. The gut starts to feel lighter. Body starts to feel lighter. Just feel really rejuvenated. Feel a lot of positive energy flowing through me. That's because there's a lot of healing work being done on you that you cannot see from the inside. Okay? It's what the healing code cards are doing. So that is the third method. The third method is the body method. Okay? Now we go on to the fourth method. And again, I do not have a picture of myself, but I'm just going to use an example here. Let me see what I could use here. Okay, this actually works. I have my old expired ID here, so there's a picture of myself on it, which actually works too, guys. Right? There's a picture of you on it. It'll work just fine. Okay? So let's say I want to again use the bacteria eliminator. Okay? And I'm taking a picture of myself, and I'm just putting it down on top of the card, just like this. Okay? So if this is the picture of the this is the face of the photo right here. I'm putting the photo face down, or I could put it face up if I want to. My own preference is I like to put it face down on the card. Okay? I put it face down on the card, so it looks just like this. Okay? And now I just go and I set that card aside, and I go and I do my work for the day. Okay? Now again, your photo is a hologram. Your photo has prana within it. Okay? Because that is a hologram of a living person. As that is a hologram of a living person, it works. It will work with the prana of the hologram representing that living person, and it will cycle the energy, just as if you were to use the body method, just as if you were to use the gaze method, and the charge method as well too, right? So when we're charging the water, we're drinking the water down, we're bringing the water's prana directly into our cells, and we're receiving the benefit, okay? So just like the previous methods, you're also receiving the living prana with the healing codes imbued within it, even when doing the capture method, okay? And that's one of the best ways to do it, because you're not having to concern about putting your card on your body if you don't want to. If you're busy, you need both your hands, okay? Same thing with the gaze method. If you don't have time to do that, you just want to use the capture method, and you're just putting your photo down upon the card, it's working with you, and you can keep it on there for as long as you want, okay, 24/7. And it continues to work with you for as long as you want. So those are the 4 methods relating to usability and functionality of the Healing Code cards. You have the gazing method, right, staring at it. You have the charging method, charging your water, sipping your water slowly, okay? So when you're working with your water, don't just guzzle it all down. Take sips. Take sips of your water as you have charged your water with the Healing Code cards, okay? And you have the body method, placing the card on the body as long as you want, as long as we do the 60-second rule, okay? A minimum of 60 seconds. And finally, the capture method, placing a photo down on the card, putting the card and the photo aside, and letting it go to work as you go throughout your day, okay? Those are the 4 methods for using the Healing Code cards, okay? And again, their benefits are tremendous. There's an amazing benefit that you just get just from using 1 card per day, okay? And that'll be our next discussion as well too. Brad, how many cards should I use per day? Okay, I get this question almost to death. Brad, how many cards should I use per day? And I would tell the person, well, what do you feel you want? What do you want to work on? Well, I feel like I need to work on my liver. My liver's pretty bad. I get headaches a lot per day as well too, so I want to use the headache eliminator as well too. I got a lot of back stiffness, right? I want to work with the back, on healing my back. I said, well, you can do it one of 2 ways. Number 1 is just work with 1 card at a time and see how you feel. And if that feels very good for you, now you can start using 2 or 3 cards at the same time, okay? So like I said, if I have SIBO, and I got some small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, and I just want to work with the bacteria eliminator first, I'm going to work with that for a little bit. So maybe I'll work with that for like the first few minutes. Okay, that feels pretty good. I took care of that. Now again, I feel like I have the bad back. I got some kinks in my back, and I want to work with that with the spine enhancer. Okay, I can now start to work with that. Take a few minutes, and I work with that. Okay, that's good. Okay, so what's another one here that I can use? Okay, skin enhancer. Say I got some acne. Okay, or I got eczema, psoriasis, and I can work with skin enhancer. So I take a few minutes, I work with that. Put that aside. How am I feeling overall? Really good. Okay, so I've worked with 3 cards during the day. So what if I started working with all 3 of these cards again, because I do want to work with them the next day. Okay, so I got these 3 cards, no problem. 1 right here, 1 right here, 1 right here. Got them all on me. No problem. I'm not feeling overwhelmed by the energy. I'm not feeling overwhelmed in any ways in regards to the cards. I've had a couple people who say that, Brad, the cards are so strong. It's not that the cards are strong. It's that your energy is strong. Your energy is strong and it's reflecting back to you, and you're not used to it, right? So again, some people just have very strong and powerful energy, illuminated energy, and when they see it being reflected back to them, it's very intense, okay? So that's where I just say, just start off with 1 card at a time and just work your way to getting to the 60-second goal. It's a very rare thing, but I have had people come up to me and say, Brad, they're just too strong. They're so strong. I don't know really what to do. So like I said, just try and do what you can. If you prefer the gazing method, work with the gazing method. If that's not too overwhelming with you, okay, try the body method. Is it okay to use the body method for you? Are you being too overwhelmed by that? If that's okay, use that. Try the water charging method, okay? You're charging your water with your card. Do that for 60 seconds. Sip down the water. Is that okay? Okay. Do the capture method, placing your photo on top of the card, putting the card aside. Is that okay? All right. So as long as you're okay with any of those, then that's what you keep working with. But you can work with as many cards as you wish per day. Okay. There's no limit to that. As long as you're feeling okay, as long as you're not overwhelmed by the cards. Like I said, it's not the cards that are overwhelming you. It's your own energy. Okay. It's your own energy field. There's some people that their energy is just so strong, they don't realize it. Their energy is just beaming, right? It's powerful. It's illuminating. And when they get that card that's reflecting back like a mirror, their energy, like, whoa, crap. Well, that shows how powerful your energy field is, okay? And there's some people who also say, Brad, I don't know, I don't really feel anything. I don't really feel anything with the cards, okay? It's not that the cards aren't working, that's just the nature of your energy, okay? Your energy is a lot more subtle, Okay, it's a little bit more thinner. So you have a little bit more thinner and subtle energy. So what I would suggest to those people is start doing some breath work. Okay, start doing some pranayama breathing. Start working with yoga as well too. Start doing some meditation each day. Heart rate variability breath. Okay, do heart rate variability, do meditation, strengthen your energy field. Okay, in one of my previous videos, one of my previous challenges was with cord removal healing. And in the cord removal healing 10-day challenge, you can find that on my YouTube playlist, by the way. One of the things I teach people is to work with rhythmic breathing, right? So we're basically working with the rectangle here, right? So you can go to the 10-day challenge of cord removal healing, and you can tune into the rhythmic breathing. And that's a type of pranayama breath. And so you're working with your breath, you're working with meditation, you're working with the inner being, and you are now eventually building up the potency of your life energy. So as you build up the potency of your life energy, and now you're looking at the card, you'll start to feel it a lot more, okay? It's not that the card isn't working. It's that your energy is very subtle and very thin. And so you're not really feeling too much of your energy being reflected back to you, okay? And that actually happens with people that are very much into the material world, right? They're starting to open up to new things, but they've really just, everything in regards to their daily life has been very material and external. They haven't really given a lot of time to working with their inner being, okay? So as you meditate, as you do yoga, as you do pranayama breathing, as you do your inner practices and your inner work, over time, your energy is going to be a lot more stronger. It's going to become a lot more potent. And now you'll really feel the effect with the cards reflecting your energy back to you, okay? But it's always your energy reflecting back to you. It's no other energy that's coming out of these cards. These cards don't just come with their own energy source and start flowing that energy to you. It does not work that way, okay? Everything contained within the geometry of the cards are spirit programs that I have personally put in there through my own commands, working together with spirit, imbuing those commands directly into this geometry, and then again collecting your living energy and reflecting back to you, okay? So there is no outside energy working through the cards. It's always your energy, okay? So now that we've looked into the idea of using multiple cards at once, we're also going to look now into the type of cards that are available in the body deck, okay? So I've talked about the amplifier cards, and I think we'll begin with that, okay? So we're going to firstly begin with the amplifier cards here. Now again, I have the Body Deck Special Edition, which contains 44 cards. Okay, so we start off firstly with the 5x amplifier. This again is just increasing the intensity of your own energy field by 5 times, right? So even if I'm just using this right now, I can feel that my energy is starting to increase, right? It's going into a 5x amplification. Same thing with a 10x, okay? Amplifying my energy field, ooh, yeah, 10 times there, okay? Very strong. So it's just an amplifier. It's basically collecting your energy and bringing it back into a stronger amplification, kind of like a pyramid in that way, okay? And there's a 20x amplifier, okay? And that one's very strong too, okay? Normally I would just give it 60 seconds to do its full cycle, but this is just a demonstration, okay? And of course we have the super powerful very strong 30x amplifier, okay? Giving it the 60 seconds. All that's doing is that's just amplifying my energy, okay? Just as it is. So there's nothing else, there's nothing attached to it, there's no other codes attached to it. It's just an amplifier of the energy, of your own energy field, okay? So let's say that I'm using this skin enhancer here, okay, in the body deck. And I'm now using the 30x amplifier. So all I'm doing is the amplifiers are only created to work with one card at a time, okay? They don't work with many cards at a time because that's going to amplify the whole deck, and that could be overwhelming to people. So this is why I basically have coded the 30x amplifier and all the amplifier cards to function with just one card at a time, okay? Just makes it easier. So we just put that together like that. The 30x amplifier is behind the skin enhancer. And now the amplification is working with amplifying all of the codes that are contained in the skin enhancer that again is reflecting back the prana to myself. Okay? So that's really what it does. It's just amplifying up your energy and taking the skin enhancer and amplifying all of its codes and again putting much more of it into your body. Okay? Now you do not even have to use the amplifiers at all if you do not want to. These are for people that really want a serious boost. All right, so their energy field is getting a lot stronger with the amplification, and then they're using these codes, and so it's kind of like a deeper concentration. It's getting a deeper concentration into your energy field, and it's coming into your body. And I've had those feelings as well too. When I'm using the amplifier, like, whoa, man, this is really going deep. This is really working strong. It's like it's going on a much more deeper, concentrated level. Well, that's what it's doing. If you're kind of looking at your energy field like a net, right? What the amplifier is doing is it's opening it up a lot more, right? So if we're basically seeing like these diamond geometries, kind of like that, and we're seeing them actually opening up a lot more because of the amplification. And now the codes are going into a deeper concentration of the energy field, seeing it like this net, right? That's opening up a lot more and being a lot more concentrated with the energy field as it cycles back naturally into you. So as it cycles back naturally into you, there's a lot more concentration there. And that's what the amplification does, right? So the amplifiers are concentrators. They are concentrating the spirit codes to go more deeply into your energy field and more deeply into your body, okay? So if you really want a thorough cleaning of your body, that's where you work with amplifiers, okay? The amplifiers are doing a very thorough cleaning. The cards by themselves, even without amplifiers, do a really good job of deep cleaning, but the amplifiers just give it that extra boost, okay? So make sure that when you're doing the amplifiers, okay, this is what you're not doing, okay? Skin enhancer, amplifier here, okay? We're not putting the skin enhancer behind the amplifier, okay? It's designed to work so that the amplifier is always behind the healing card, okay? The card of your choice. And like I said, only one card at a time with amplifiers because that's how they're programmed, all right? So that's working together with the amplifiers all together. So let's go through some of the cards here in the body deck, okay? I'm just going to kind of pull out some ones at random, okay? So here is the biotoxin eliminator, okay? Biotoxin eliminator is fantastic for working and clearing away a lot of unnatural chemicals in the body, okay? This also goes to the idea of injections, okay? This helps to pull out a lot of the debris contained within artificial injections, that I'll just hint at it that way, to help clean that out of your body altogether, okay? So putting an amplifier there, you're getting instructions specifically. If there's any artificial injections put into your body, this is helping to cycle it out. We're working with the biotoxin eliminator daily, and that helps to clear a lot of that out, okay? And you'll know it's clearing it out when you start feeling a lot better, right? People will feel very sluggish. They could feel ill by taking some of these particular types of injections. Wink, wink, right? And now they start working with the biotoxin eliminator daily, and they're now starting to feel a lot better, okay? Their energy starts to perk up. Of course, we don't have a microscope to go in and find out what's going on, but you can just tell by the person's complexion, by their mood, and by their vitality that things are slowly improving, okay? And that, again, is working together with the person's energy, helping to clear out the toxins contained through injections and inoculations, all right, and other forms of artificial chemicals that may be in the body that are working to be flushed out. The spirit codes are going into the body, and they are commanding the cells to working together and clearing out all of the debris that's in the body. The cells in your body are receiving instructions. The red blood cells, the white blood cells, all of your inner military is basically receiving instructions from the divine about what they can do and how they adapt themselves and how they go into the body and they start cleaning itself out. They're getting instructions from the divine. That's what the healing code cards are all about. They're reprogramming your cells. They're working within yourself. They're working with your military. They're working with your inner law enforcement, and they're helping to do a much more thorough job in cleaning out the body to where these intruders may be. Okay? So that's the biotoxin eliminator. And of course, we have the parasite eliminator. Okay? So this, again, very helpful for clearing out very common parasites within the body. Pretty self-explanatory, really. Okay? You can find everything in regards to the contents of the cards on healingcodecards.com. So you go to the body deck and you'll see the cards content page. You click on that, you'll see the thorough information that's contained inside each card that you're using. Okay, so you're always being made aware of what's inside the card. Okay, skin enhancer, we pretty much already covered this. Okay, a lot of the effects that come on the skin, acne, psoriasis, eczema, etc., rashes, all of that is also being cleared out through the skin, through the epidermal layers of the skin. Okay, spine enhancer, again, self-explanatory. Cleaning out the spine, cleaning out debris in the spine, helping to realign the spine. Okay, a fellow once contacted me and said he used the spine enhancer and he felt his body or his back just starting to crack. Right when he started to work with it, he'd feel these jolts and he'd just start feeling these cracks happening as he'd worked with the spine enhancer. Right, everybody uniquely has something fantastic to share about the cards. It's never the same thing. Everybody always has unique stories to share. It's wonderful. Okay, bacteria eliminator, getting rid of a lot of the nasty, bad bacteria in the body. Okay, like I said, this is really good, especially for gut health. If we have problems with harsh bacteria in the gut or any other area of the body, this is a very good card for, again, helping to flush out a lot of that bad bacteria from the body altogether. Okay, we have the brain enhancer. So the brain enhancer has many different functions, right? It's a little bit more of a complicated card, but it can also work together in alleviating any problems within the brain. It also helps with increasing memory. It also helps with you getting a good night's sleep as well too. It helps with if there's any brain fog in the brain as well too. It's helping to clear that out. This can also help out with headaches to a certain extent, but I'd suggest using the headache eliminator for that. But the brain enhancer is working again with great sophistication with the brain altogether. Again, look at the card contents because there's a lot of stuff that it covers there. Okay, mouth and throat enhancer. Okay, so again, if you've had problems with your tongue, if you have problems with the palate, the upper palate, lower palate of your mouth, if you've had problems with your teeth, okay, mouth throat enhancer. If you've had problems with your throat, your neck, okay, mouth throat enhancer helps out with that. Lungs enhancer. Well, again, people may have asthma. Okay, and there was a success story that was given to me by a young woman, and she told me that she had asthma. And she just decided, you know what, she woke up in the middle of the night and said, you know what, I'm just going to work with the healing code cards. I'm going to work with the lung enhancer. And she started just staring at it, doing the gazing method. Within a matter of minutes, her asthma was subsided. She completely healed her asthma just by looking at the lungs enhancer for about 5 minutes or so. And it completely healed her asthma, and it has not come back. Right? This is the power of your energy. Like I said, we do not realize the power of our energy field. Our energy field can be extremely powerful, but we do not know it until we actually hold this up and we start, oof, yeah, that's intense. It's very powerful. That's just your energy. Like I said, it's like stepping into a pyramid. Okay, you're stepping into a pyramid and it majorly amplifies your energy field. Okay, and that's what the cards are helping to do as well too, is they're picking up your energy field just a little bit. And now you're seeing it reflect back, and the amplifiers are majorly reflecting it. Okay, majorly amplifying it and bringing it back into your awareness. Okay, so lungs enhancers, working together with all conflicts within the lungs. Liver enhancer, again, very self-explanatory. Okay, liver enhancer helping to clear out all the toxicities, liver disease, and so forth contained in the liver. Okay, liver enhancer. Spleen enhancer, same thing, working on any conflicts contained within the spleen. Common viruses, again, a sluggish spleen, helping to clear that out as well too. Okay, this is the gland enhancer. Really love this one. I just love the art in the gland enhancer. I love that blue. Okay, so the gland enhancer works with multiple glands within your body. Okay, this works with the pineal gland. This works with the pituitary gland. This works with the thyroid gland. This works with the thymus gland. This works with the testes, the prostate gland, etc. Okay, there are certain gland cards specifically used for a certain gland. Like I said, for thyroid, the thyroid enhancer. I don't think it's in this one. It's in another deck. I think it's in the mind deck and the energy deck as well too. But those work just with those specific glands a little bit more to do a bit of a deeper job. But this still does a very, very good job for the multitude of glands in your body, helping to heal them up. Okay. Blood enhancer, big one. Okay. So we got the blood enhancer here, and this again is just helping to purify, rejuvenate the blood, helping to strengthen the cells, building vitality within them as well too. Like I said, it's your energy field being recycled back to you and purifying the blood. Okay, so by purifying the blood, it's also working with the associated vital organs to helping and get your blood in good shape, right? A lot of us have toxic blood. We have toxicity in the blood. Blood enhancer is helping to remove a lot of that toxicity. Okay, going on to the stomach enhancer. Okay, all conflicts within the stomach, whatever they may be. Okay, if a person has bad flora and fauna within their stomach, they can work with a stomach enhancer. Cells are going to work and helping to clear away the debris of the stomach. Same thing in regards to bad stomach acid. Okay, if there's not a good stomach acid blend, this is also helping with that as well too. Now, this is why I say it's good to just work with one card at a time at first, and then you can kind of step yourself up. Now, the reason being is because your body goes through a lot of processing. If we're trying to put all 44 cards on top of our body, well, then your body's going to have a lot of work assigned to it. Okay, so this is why I suggest it's just good daily to just start off with one card. Okay, and if you feel good, then maybe work with 2 or 3 or 4, and that's fine. 5 cards. Like I said, you can work with as many cards as you want, but you have to understand that your body only has a certain amount of processing that it can do per day. Okay, so this is why I often suggest is maybe just start off with 1 card at a day, and then you can add maybe 2 or 3 or so. And you just want to be very respectful about your body. Your body is going through a lot of processes. It's working very, very hard to try and keep your body healthy. So if you concentrate on 1 or 2 or 3 areas at a time, this is beneficial for your body so that you're not overwhelming your body with too much processing. Okay, it's getting all these commands from spirit and saying, okay, go fix the liver, go fix the spleen, go take care of the lungs. Like, hang on. That's too much. That's too much. We can't do all this at once, right? We only have a certain amount of resources. We only have so much processing power. And the body is very sluggish as it is. And so we're working together more so with the areas of the body that will help to reduce processing. Okay, so this is why you're just working with 1 or 2 or 3 cards per day. Okay, don't overwhelm your body with too much processing. Okay, what's really, really good, like I said, is when you're working with charging method, charging with water, right? The water's coming in and it's giving all those instructions as well too. And it's helping to purify the body as well too. The capture method is good as well too. But like I said, just don't overwhelm your body. Okay, I know that we're all really excited about the cards, and I've had people say, Brad, I should just use all 44 cards at once. And I said, no, don't do that, right? Like I said, you could do that if you want to, but like I said, you're just putting too much taxing of your body, because again, we can only work with it can only work with so many areas at once. Okay, so again, I would say choose your top 3. This is what I would recommend altogether. Choose your top 3 areas to work with. I would say maybe for a week, for a whole week. Okay, so if it's your heart, if it's your liver, if it's your spleen, right, and you know that those areas really need help, so work with those 3 cards, okay, per week. After the next week, now you can go on to the second week. Now choose 3 new cards. Okay, another week passes, another 3 cards. Don't tax your body too much. Okay, it has limited processing power. Okay, and if your body is already sluggish, if your body is already sick, right, if you're going through all kinds of health conditions, please work with the primary things that you feel will be beneficial. Okay, if a person is having a really difficult time breathing, well, then they're probably going to want to work with a lungs enhancer. Okay, if a person in that sense has problems with their bowel, they have problems with their intestines, they have problems with their digestion, then you should work with the small and large intestinal enhancers. Okay, and that will help with it as well too. So just start to work with kind of like that top 3. That is what I would suggest. If you're just working with 1 card a day, fantastic. That is really my recommendation. Work with 1 card. But if you want multiple, just stick with your top 3. We do not want to overwhelm the body. Okay, we only have so much processing power. Plus, again, you're eating all the time. Your body needs to break down the food, right? And saying that our forces grow thin, right? Because the host keeps eating and keeps drinking and all this stuff, and they don't know how to relax. And we're taxed as it is, okay? So this is where I said you want to make sure that you're seeing the healing code cards as an addition, okay? It's an addition to your healing. It's not the replacement for the healing work that you're doing. So what you need to do is you need to take good care of your body. You're not overeating. right? You're not drinking unhealthy things. You're not eating unhealthy things. You're exercising daily. You're taking good care of yourself. As you're taking good care of yourself and now you're seeing your body overall improve, now you can bring in the healing code cards and they'll do fantastic work for you, okay? But what happens is people form a dependency on the healing code cards thinking, oh, this is all I need. I just need the healing code cards. I don't need anything else. No, because I've never made that claim, okay? Healing code cards are an addition to your healing. They are not a replacement for anything else. They're not a replacement for your food. They're not a replacement for your exercise. They're not a replacement for your health practitioner. Okay, if you have a health practitioner or a doctor in that sense, go to them. Okay, this is not replacing that in any way. We want to make sure of that. Okay, very, very important. Okay, so pancreas enhancer as well too, helping to take care of the pancreas, bringing it into stability, right? So people who may have diabetes can work together very well, I'd say, with the pancreas and the liver enhancer as well too. Okay, so as I was just talking about, large intestine enhancer, helping you to work with your digestive system, helping to repair the lining of the large intestines as well too. Okay, same thing with the small intestine enhancer here. Okay, using these two cards are great to helping with improving your digestion. I would also suggest working with the stomach enhancer as well too. Okay, kidney enhancer. Okay, working on repairing the kidneys. Adrenal enhancer, working with the adrenal glands. Okay, and this is what happens is we tax our adrenals as well too from bad eating, bad habits. Okay, and the adrenals get overworked, right? And so, like I said, let's be wise about the type of cards that we're using each day. Make sure you have your top 3. Stick for that with 1 week. Okay. So adrenal enhancer. We have joint enhancer. Okay, helping to repair the joints of the body. Like I said, we have an amazing workforce inside our body. It really is incredible. But like I said, the last thing we want to do is overwhelm them. So joint enhancer, helping to repair the joints in your body. Okay, this has certainly helped me when I've had bad elbows and I've had bad ankles as well too. I use the joint enhancer. Certainly helped with a lot of improvement there as well too. Okay, so it works with all of the joints in the body. Muscle enhancer, pretty self-explanatory. Okay, working with all the muscles, helping to repair muscles, clearing out scar tissue as well too. Okay, very, very good there. Bone enhancer. Okay, working with helping to repair the bones, right? Helping with if you have a broken bone from the past, it's also helping to improve that as well too. Okay, also removing certain bone diseases. Okay, lymphatic enhancer. So we're working with the lymphatic system, clearing away all debris within the limbs. Cellular enhancer. Okay, this is a big one. This is working together with your soldiers. Okay, this would probably be one of the good cards to start off with, is working with the cellular enhancer and really just refining the cells within your body. You're basically getting these commands of all these cells working together and helping to clear off all the debris of old cells and basically bringing in new, strong cells together, increasing their vitality and their strength. You're making your inner military strong by working with the cellular enhancer. Okay, that's a good one to use. Foot and ankle enhancer. Okay, so again, pretty self-explanatory, helping to repair injuries around the foot and the ankle. Okay, so it just does more concentration with around the areas of like the ligaments, the tendons, right? Even working together up to the hamstrings as well too. It works on that also. Works with, again, the bones in the feet. So again, everything intricately done through the nature of the feet. Any diseases within the feet or ankles, working together with that also. Cartilage enhancer, okay? Encouraging the body to build more cartilage. Okay, let me just put it like that so you can see it. Cartilage enhancer, helping the body to build more cartilage, to again, dedicate certain resources in increasing the cartilage within your body. So making sure, again, you're getting your minerals, right? Having a lot of minerals within your body each day is a really good help. If you want to make your inner military very strong, make sure you're mineralizing your body, okay? It's not about proteins. It's about minerals. That's what you want. So what I would suggest is you look into trace mineral water, okay? Make sure you're getting your minerals in your body, getting a lot of mineralized foods as well too, getting pure mineralized salts, right? The good kind of organic salts, not ones that are polluted, right? Getting kind of like the strong, potent salts. Some of them can come from India. I think also areas of Utah also have very good quality salts that can be used for our consumption as well too. So you want good mineral salts, you want trace mineral water as well too. Just getting a lot of mineralization in your body, not overdoing it, but just making sure you're getting the basic needs each and every day. That does wonders for your body. That's like giving them diamond mines. That's like giving them, hey guys, here's some gold mines for you. Hey guys, here's all these mineral mines that I'm giving you. Like, oh my God, thank you so much. It's exactly what we need. You're giving us all these minerals, all the basic needs, right? You're not overdoing it, but you're giving us all the basic minerals that we need to now take these mineralizations, and now we can really repair the body, okay? Just make sure you're getting your basic minerals per day, because a lot of us are deficient with that. Okay, enamel enhancer. Once again, work with your minerals, helping to rebuild the enamel in the teeth. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Weight loss enhancer. So what this is doing is it's actually more so helping to bring about thought forms within your body to working together and helping you to lose weight, okay? It does work with the organs to a certain degree, but it's also helping you to work with thought forms that are helping you to reduce, again, excessive eating or bad eating in that way. It's much more of a thought form card, the weight loss enhancer. Like I said, it does work with some of the organs as well too, helping to cleanse, but it's more so just working with your thoughts and saying that as I work with the weight loss enhancer, I'm being a lot more mindful about what I'm putting into the body as I'm working with this card. So it does work with the body, but it also works with your mind at the same time. Okay. Ears enhancer, okay, clearing away any diseases in the ear, bad bacteria in the ear as well too, helping to repair the ears, the ear canals, the ear labyrinth. Hand and wrist enhancer, okay, just like the foot and ankle, helping to repair areas within the hand and the wrist, bones, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, muscles, tissue, etc. Okay, heart enhancer, helping to clear away a lot of the conflicts with the heart disease, so forth. Nervous system enhancer, another really good one, working with the nervous system, okay? So helping to keep the nervous system nice and clean, purifying the nervous system. Eyes enhancer, okay, this is another really good one. This is actually something that can help you with glaucoma, something that can help you with cataracts as well too. Just working with the eye enhancer daily. Like I said, don't overwork yourself with too many cards. Choose your top 3, okay? Sinus enhancer, okay, another pretty self-explanatory one, helping to work with the sinuses. I've had a lot of problems in the past with sinuses. I work with this, definitely helping out a lot, getting a lot of that mucus out of the way. Reproductive enhancer, okay, for both men and women, right? Working with your reproductive system, helping to work together with improving the health of the testes and the ovaries as well too, working together with the with all facets pertaining to the reproductive system. I don't need to go into too much details, but again, a really good card to helping you with reproductive enhancement. Okay, so we have the eliminators here. So we have the pain eliminator, okay? So anywhere you feel in the body that has pain, place this card on it, okay? Either on it or close to the proximity of it, and just let it do its work, okay? So whether you're putting it on the body, whether you're gazing at it, whether you're charging water with it, whether you're doing the capture method with it, okay? Now, I'm going to be getting into this topic very shortly, but you can talk to your cards, okay? These cards are very much alive, so I'll be getting into that topic very shortly. You can talk to your card to find out, to tell it exactly where the pain is, and it's going to go to work on it, okay? So I'll be talking very shortly about talking to your cards. Okay, stiffness eliminator, same thing. Wherever there's stiffness in the body, talk to the stiffness eliminator, let it know that's where it is. It'll go to work. The cards are alive. Virus eliminator, if you know there's a certain virus within your body, okay? If there's streptococcus, okay? If there's cancer, anything of that nature, virus eliminator will work on cancer too, okay? You tell it exactly where it is, it's going to go to work on it, okay? Headache eliminator, pretty obvious, okay? You got a headache, work with the headache eliminator, that will help you as well too. And finally, major organ purifier, okay? Now this one is good, but like I said, I would not suggest using this card right away, okay? I would say, like I said, if you're doing the top 3 for a week, right, and you're working with a lot of your vital organs, maybe wait till like the 3rd or 4th week, and then bring in the major organ purifier. Okay, that's just bringing purification and a good feeling of natural living prana around the organs, kind of wrapping it around the organs as well too. to bring about a good feeling, a good vitality of your purifier. It's kind of like when you're cleaning your car and then you get the wax out and you start waxing the car afterwards. Well, this is the wax. This is what you're doing. You're waxing the car after you've given it a good clean. Okay, so you want to use this one later on as you start to work together with the major organs all together through different cards. All right. So that is the overall look of the Healing Code Cards body deck and all the cards there. So like I said, we're going to talk about how you can talk to the cards. Okay. So just like many of us are familiar with the tarot deck, we know that the cards are very much alive. And this again is how we're working together with our subconscious mind with the tarot, and it's helping us to understand a lot about our situation, right? So when we're trained in the tarot, we're able to look in the cards and find out exactly what our situation is, and it gives us that kind of higher guidance. The same thing can be done with the Healing Code cards, the exact same thing. So it is your healing guidance. Now, if you want to, here's an option that you can do, because I'm going to teach you guys about shuffling the cards, okay? You have an option if you want to keep the Amplifier cards in it or not. Okay, if you don't want to keep the Amplifier cards in when you're doing a shuffling, you don't have to. You can exclude them from the deck as you do a shuffle. But I'm going to give you a perfect example about how you're able to talk to the cards, right, and working together with shuffling. So if I was to basically talk to the cards, if I was to, again, just get them ready to shuffle, and I'm just going to ask the cards right now, what part of my body requires my attention to heal? Okay. So I'm just going to give the cards a good shuffle, just like we do with the tarot. And again, my question is, what area of my body requires the most attention for me to heal? Okay. Again, I'll give it another shuffle. And I'm thinking about that request. Okay. What area of my body requires my attention to heal? Okay. And I'll divide the cards just like that. And now I'll pull out a card. Okay. And this is very true. I am still working with cleaning up the gut. So the bacteria eliminator comes up for me. Okay. So now that I've shuffled the deck, I've asked the question. Spirit is letting me know, Brad, you got to work on bacteria eliminator. Got to work with the gut, right? Clearing out all that bad bacteria. So what I would do is I would just talk to the card. So what I do when I talk to my cards is I just place my hand on it just like this. I said, clear away all of the bad bacteria in my digestive system. Okay. Now it's got the instructions. Now I put it on the gut. Now I put it on the abdomen. I go lay down for a few minutes, right? Or again, I can use the other methods. I can gaze at it. Okay. I can charge my water with it. I can do the capture method with it. But Spirit is telling me, work with the bacteria eliminator, okay? And you saw how I'm just talking to the card, okay? I'm just putting my hand over the face of the card, just like this, and I'm just telling the card, work together in clearing away all the bad bacteria in my digestive system, okay? It now has the instruction. That's part of your prana. It cycles the prana through it, okay? And that prana is telling it, okay? Working with the bad bacteria in the body. It's spirit intelligence that's contained inside the cards. So now I just put it on the belly and I let it do its work in any of the 4 methods that I choose. Okay. Now another question that comes up as well too is, Brad, do I need to clean the deck? If you want to physically clean the cards, you can. Energetically, no, you don't. Okay. Because they're not going to get contaminated. Okay. Spirit intelligence is contained inside the geometry of these cards. They will never get dirty. They will never get skewed. It's not like a crystal, okay? Crystal is a very, very different property. But when you're working together with the Healing Code cards, you do not have to energetically clean them. Spirit intelligence is residing within the geometry of these cards. Nothing can dirty spirit intelligence, okay? It's not to say that if you want to put a crystal over the card, you certainly can. It's up to you, because that crystal will receive all the benefits of the healing codes, okay? You do not need to energetically clean the deck. Not at all. Okay. Spirit intelligence is purification. It's purity. It's perfection. Okay. You cannot contaminate perfection. So that's my response to it. So I've had quite a few questions about that. Do I need to clean the cards? Do I need to clean the deck? Kind of like I do with the tarot, right? Tarot is of a different make, right? It certainly is spiritually aligned, but it's not created in the way that this is. Okay, this is pure spirit light. This is pure spirit command. This is pure spirit contained inside the deck. So it will always self-sustain itself. Okay. Alrighty. So that is kind of the basic outlook for the body deck today. So like I said, keep working with your deck. Talk to your cards. Okay, do your shuffle, just like you would shuffle a tarot deck. And you're picking something up and say, okay, well, here's the reproductive enhancer, and that makes sense. I'd like to work with my reproductive system. So again, I'll just put my hand on the card. I'll talk to it. Okay. Please clean out my reproductive system. Let it be completely clean and free of any problems. Okay. And going in, what do you want to say to the card? What do you want it to do? It's alive. It listens to you. Okay. So again, this is the area pertaining to the reproductive system. So any command you have relating to the reproductive system, through the card, it will listen to you and it will take care of it. Okay. So again, very important, please do not overwhelm your body with too many cards at once. Okay. If you're healthy, if you're feeling you're in good shape, right? You're slim, you got lots of vitality, I'm pretty sure you could probably handle about a dozen cards at one time. Okay. And that's great because your body's very strong, it's very healthy, it's working with a lot of things, right? But if you're very sluggish, right? If you're feeling like you have very low energy, very low vitality, you're suffering with a great deal of conflicts altogether within yourself, 1 or 2 cards, okay? Because your body is already very taxed trying to clear out a lot of the debris in the body, okay? So 1 or 2, or again, maximum 3 cards. So this is why I say the 3-card limit for people that are very much low vital and in low health, okay? If you're in high health, go ahead. 12, 15, 20 cards if you want. If you're in low health, okay, 3 per week. All right? Maria asks here, you shuffle and then cut and then take top card. Maria, have you ever done the tarot? Okay. Have you ever shuffled cards before? It's the same thing. Okay, it's the exact same thing here. That's all I'm doing is I'm just shuffling the cards, no more different than how I'm shuffling the tarot. Okay? So if I have the tarot deck here, I'm shuffling the deck. Okay. You guys have to choose what kind of shuffling method you want to do. Okay. If you work with the tarot, Maria, or if you just work with playing cards, how do you shuffle the deck? You're just doing the same thing. Okay. So if that is something that works for you, that I just want to take the card off the top of the deck after shuffling, then that's fine. You have to find out what your own niche is for how you shuffle the deck. Okay. So like I said, I can't really, let me just see if I can bring my, there we go, bring my camera down. So I'll show you guys exactly what I do when I cut the cards just like this. But again, you don't have to copy me. You got to find your own way. Okay? Okay, so I shuffle the cards just like that. And now I just start doing this. With my eyes closed, just shuffling the cards just like this. Okay, and I put them down like this, and I cut them into 3 rows. Okay, and I always grab the middle part, the middle deck. Okay, and I bring them together like that, and then I take the one off the top. What is it saying? Bone enhancer. Okay, it's another good one for me to work on. Okay, bone enhancer is good. Maybe I could pull off my top 3. So bone enhancer. And the reproductive enhancer, which I got before as well too. Plus I got the bacteria. Yeah, here we go. Oh, how about that? Bacteria eliminator. See? Spirit's talking to me, brother. I'm telling you. So I've already pulled these 2 previously, and they just came back through that shuffle. Isn't that awesome? Plus I got the bone enhancer. Okay? So these are my top 3 of what Spirit suggests I work with. Bone enhancer, reproductive enhancer, and bacteria eliminator. Fantastic. Okay. So that's just an example of how I shuffle the deck. You may shuffle it very differently. Okay. So just be aware of how you shuffle playing cards. Be aware of how you shuffle tarot. It's the exact same thing. Okay. You would shuffle these no differently. Right? Very cool. And I love that it just repeats the same 2 cards that I had before, right? Reproductive system, and of course the bacteria. And now I got the bone enhancer. So I got 3 areas for myself to work on. So this is it, guys. Just keep working with the cards. talk to the cards, okay? Like I said, when you're pulling out a card, you got the bacteria eliminator here, and you're just putting it on the body, right? Firstly, you're talking to it. Go ahead and clear away all the bad bacteria in my digestive system. Okay, now I feel that going to work. Maybe there's some bad bacteria in my stomach. So I want to talk to the card again. Please clear away all of the bad bacteria in my stomach. And I put it to work. Okay, so just talk to your cards. Talk to them, talk to them, talk to them. They are intelligent. Okay. So let's go to the chat now. We're going to go ahead and go into live chat. So if you guys do have any questions in regards to what I've shared today, regarding the body deck, you can feel free to place a question on the chat here. Okay, I got one here from Moya. Moya says, when the cards are not being used, do they connect and follow our energy? Can we greet them during the day and talk to them? Share things with the cards as if it being? Absolutely. 100% yes. Totally. Make them your friends. Make them your companions, because spirit resides within the cards. And you build a good relationship with the cards as well, too. You'll naturally know what card to use for an area of your body that's out of sorts, okay? That's in conflict and that's in chaos, right? So if I know, okay, my heart's not feeling good today, so I'm going to shuffle my deck. I'm going to look for the heart enhancer. Here it is. Here's the heart enhancer. I can feel like there's some heart flutters going on. It doesn't feel too good. I'll pull out the heart enhancer, and I'll talk to it. Heart enhancer, I'm really not feeling too good with the heart today. Can you go in and just start cleaning it out? Absolutely. And card on the body, gazing method, charging method, capture method. It's going to go right to work. It's your buddy. Okay. So these cards are your buddies. They're your companions. You can talk to them. Some people talk to the tarot deck in that way. They talk to the tarot as well too. So absolutely work together with the healing code cards, just like how you would work with the tarot or how you'd work with an oracle deck. Okay. Some people talk to them, talk to the cards. Of course you do, because you're always asked for a reading. Same thing with this. Give me a healing reading. And the healing code cards will do that. Okay. Not just for the body deck, but for the mind deck and the energy deck as well too. Okay. So very good question, Moya. Thank you for that. It was very well done. So here's another question here from Anita. And guys, if I miss your question, just please copy and paste your question and just put it on the chat now here in live time, in real time, so I can look at it. Okay. So question here from Anita. Awesome explanation. Can I use top 3 cards from the body deck plus top 3 from the mind deck? Again, don't overwhelm yourself too much. I would say basically just 3 cards total. Okay. So if you have the body deck, the mind deck, and the energy deck, I would suggest you're just taking 1 card out of each. Okay. So really, again, if you're in low health, if you're in low vitality, if you're not feeling really well, we don't want to overwhelm the processes of the body. Even when we're working with the mind deck, that still requires processes, okay? When we're working with the energy deck, that still requires processes. So just 3 cards, okay? 3 cards. So like I said, 1 out of the body deck, 1 out of the mind deck, 1 out of the energy deck is completely fine, okay? And as you start to feel your health improving, you can now start to gradually increase the amount of cards altogether. But if you're in great shape, if you're in great health, and you're just kind of using this as a tweak, you can use as many cards as you want. Again, as many as you feel you can handle, right? That's the important thing. But low vitality, low energy, low health, maximum of 3 per week, okay? That's my recommendation. I can't force that upon you guys, but that certainly is my recommendation, okay? Okay, let me just go down the list here a bit more. Debbie444 says, can we use the cards on others? Absolutely, guys. So here's the thing, and that's actually a good topic I wanted to talk about. That was one of the things I forgot about. So again, if I have my best friend coming over, right, and I notice that he is not feeling too well, right, he's got some problems with his heart, for example, well, I'm going to tell him about the healing code cards. I'm going to tell him about the heart enhancer, okay? So I'll say, okay, here's what you do. You just start using one of the 4 methods. I give him the instructions. He starts putting it on his body. Maybe he lays down on the couch for a few minutes, and he gets back up. How are you feeling? It feels a lot lighter. It feels like there's a lot of work being done here. I could feel like a lot of swirling of energy. Great. That's something we can use, okay? The cards are personable for everybody, okay? So when you grab a hold of a card, okay, your energy field is filling its matrix. Your energy field is filling its geometry. Its geometry is putting those spirit codes directly into your energy field and cycling back to you. when you take your cards and you pass it over to your best friend, you pass it over to your mom, you pass it over to your sister, you pass it over to your kids, you pass it over to your wife or your husband, it's now working with their energy. So your husband pulls out a card. Okay, here's the heart enhancer. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, I'm feeling something really nice here. Okay. It now becomes personable to them. Okay. So every time it switches to another person, it's now working together with their energy field because it's their energy that is going through the geometry here. Okay. So the geometry is taking their living prana and programming it. And again, through the full 60-second cycle, their prana is now receiving all of the codes contained within the healing code cards. So as soon as you pass it on to another person, it becomes personable to them. As soon as you bring it back to you, it becomes personable to you. Okay? That's the great thing about the healing code cards. They are not generic, they are not universal. In a way they are, but they're personable. Okay? They will work personally with your energy because they are not an outside energy. Okay? These cards do not have their own energy field. Okay? If you were even to do an EMF scan on these cards, you wouldn't find anything. Okay? They do not work that way. They work with your energy. They work with your prana. And they're cycling those codes contained in the card back to you or back to the next host that uses them. Okay? This is why I have them for sale, guys, to be used for the public. Okay? Everybody can use the healing code cards, and everybody will experience them differently. You will never have an identicalness pertaining to the healing code cards. It's like the tarot. It's like the oracle decks. You're never going to find a generic nature of it. You're always going to find personability with it. Okay? They're going to be personable with you because as soon as they come into you, they're now in your universe. And now they're working with your universe. You hand it off to somebody else, it's now working in their universe, and so on. And it just continues to follow together with that. So again, guys, let's remember, the healing code cards are an addition to your healing. Okay, they are not a replacement. Please do not see them as a replacement because I do not say that. Okay, they are just an addition to your already wonderful healing program. Okay, so let's go down the list here a bit more. Arlene asks, how much are the cards? So here's the thing, guys. A lot of people have asked me, okay, as of today, February 5th, 2022, okay, the physical decks currently are not available, but I am getting the new healing code cards printed, and they're getting ready to be delivered to me, okay? So in March, I will be getting more of the mind deck in, okay, sometime around March. I don't know the exact date yet. I have to wait and hear from them, as long as there's not delays or anything like that. There could be the possibility of delays with the way everything is going right now. If there are delays, I'm sure I'll let you guys know, okay? But I'm expecting the mind deck to be here in March. Come April, I'm expecting the body deck and the energy deck to be here in printed form, okay? Printed form mind deck in March, printed form body and energy deck in April. But in the meantime, you can go to the website and you can purchase the digital editions, okay? So when you purchase the digital editions, this is another topic I want to talk about as well too, is when you're purchasing the digital editions, you have the ability to print them out, okay? Now, this is very important, so I want you guys really to pay attention when you're printing out the digital decks, okay? So if you have all 44 cards, let's say you bought the digital version of the body deck, okay? And you want to get all 44 cards printed out. My suggestion, go to a print shop and let the print shop do it. Okay, it's the easiest way. If you do not know what you're doing with your printer, don't try it. Okay, just go to a print shop, right? Go to a local office supply depot that has a print shop in it, and just tell them, I want to print out these cards. They have to stay in their original size. I do not want them blown up, and I do not want them shrunk. Do not blow up your images, and do not shrink your images. I do not want them in black and white. Okay. I want them in the highest quality color print possible, and I want them on photo paper. And they have to be those dimensions. The dimensions are 2.75 inches by 4.25 inches. Okay? They have to stay in that dimension. Do not blow them up. Do not scale them. Do not shrink them. Just those dimensions altogether. They have to. That's mandatory. Okay? So you let them know about that. 2.75 inches by 4.25 inches printed on photo paper. Okay? Now, some people may also say, let's see if I have it here. Okay. Brad, what about cardstock? Tarot cardstock. If they have tarot cardstock in the print supply, absolutely, that's fine. Okay? You can use cardstock if that's what you want to use. Go for it. Okay? But commonly, a lot of places don't have that. So I would just suggest working with photo paper. Okay? Just work with photo paper because it's very good quality. All right? If you want to laminate the cards, if you want to laminate even your physical deck that you have, your physical body deck, let's say if you had an earlier version, right, the first version of the body deck, you can certainly laminate it. If you have the special edition like this, you do not need to laminate it because it already has a lamination finish on it, okay? These cards are already much more durable than the first version, okay? The new body deck that's coming is also just as durable, right? Even though it's in the tuck box, okay? And it's 44 cards. So that is, again, very important. So again, if you want to laminate your cards, you certainly can. If you're, again, getting printout cards and you want them to be laminated, go ahead, okay? Plastic does not affect spirit. Spirit is above the material, okay? It's not going to affect your cards. It's not going to affect the integrity of the codes within the cards because they exist in another dimension, okay? You cannot sabotage the codes within the cards for as long as you're printing them in the right size and you're printing them in full color, just like this, okay? We're not making it black and white, and we're not scaling. The only way that's basically just distorting the codes, okay? So we don't make it black and white, and we don't scale them up, and we don't shrink them down, okay? And we don't blow them up where they're just like all skewed and warped and all that stuff, because that will affect the codes. But as long as they're in this form, you cannot touch the codes, okay? Because this is the harmonious geometry that they function at this size to which I've programmed them with, all right? So as they stay with that, you cannot sabotage the codes at all, as long as they're in this format, okay? So talk to your print shop and get them to do it. That would be my best recommendation. If you're going to do it yourself, then you should have some know-how how to do it, okay? Because a lot of you come to me and say, Brad, I don't know what I did. I think I messed up the printing. I can't give you guys any printing support, okay? That's not for me to do. You have to go and find a technical whiz and do it. I don't know what kind of program you're using. I don't know the printer that you're using. I don't know the kind of paper you're using. I don't know the kind of computer that you're using, okay? And I'm not tech support. So just please keep in mind, if you want to print out the cards, make sure you got photo paper, okay? If you don't want to use photo paper, if you want to use cardstock, that's fine, but you're completely responsible for that. I would suggest photo paper, okay? And if you want to go get it laminated, go get it laminated. Do not make them black and white. Do not scale them. Very important, okay? So please keep that in mind. So I'm glad you brought up that question. That's a very important one for people to know. And that's, again, your makeshift deck that you can use in the meantime. And then when the new deck comes, you can grab a hold of that too, okay? All right, so how much are the cards, Arlene? So basically, if you're looking at the body deck is $54.99 Canadian, okay? I think that's like 40-something American. I'm not too sure of the exchange rate. But if you're looking at the Mind deck is $44.99 Canadian. And if you're looking at the energy deck will also be $54.99 Canadian, okay? So the Mind deck is going to be going through a special edition here very soon as well too. Okay, so I got the body deck with 44 cards. The energy deck is already created with 44 cards. The Mind deck currently has 36 cards, but I'm going to be putting a special edition together for the Mind deck probably as we get into springtime, and it will too have 44 cards as well. So there will be a special Mind deck campaign as well too that will come out for the new Mind deck special edition. All right, so I'll keep you guys in touch with that when that happens. Okay, Colleen asks, will you be offering a booklet with the card benefits? A booklet. Well, again, the manual is already included, okay? So it's a PDF manual that you download. If you're talking about a physical booklet, no. I used to have a physical booklet with the cards, but I really didn't like it. I did not like the physical book that was printed out, and so this is why I decided just to do it as a PDF. One, it saves paper. too. There's a lot more information I can put, because the printer that I have, you're only allowed to make up to 24 pages of your instruction manual, and I really did not like the instruction manual at all. It was terrible, right? So that's why I got rid of it. I said I'm just going to make a PDF manual for this, and then people can just use the QR code on the back of the box, and now they can go to the website and just grab the PDF manual. Okay, I'm not too sure if that's what you're asking. If you're asking something else, then maybe I didn't catch it. So basically, that's what the manual does. The manual tells you about the benefits. You can also go onto the website, healingcodecards.com, okay? And you can go onto the cards contents page for the body deck, the mind deck, and the energy deck, and they tell you all of the benefits there for the card contents. You can also go onto the testimonials page of healingcodecards.com, and it will also tell you the benefits that people are getting out of these decks, okay? So those are the benefits right there in the meantime. Okay, there's a question here from George. George, can I store the cards in a photo album, or do they need to be in a box? You can store them any way you want, whatever you feel is good. I decided to give you guys this box because at the time it was a good investment to work together with this box. But like I said, they're a little bit more of a shorter supply right now, and they're a little more expensive. So I probably will not be using them in the future. But if there's a demand for these boxes, if people still like using them, then I'm more than happy to try and get them together for you, okay? But yeah, I would say just if you don't like the tuck box, because some people said they've complained about the tuck box, that it just breaks apart too easily, well, just get yourself a small box, right? Get yourself a small box, kind of like a box that you would have for a tarot deck, and just use that. Or if you want to order one of these through me, you can do that too, okay? I should be having some more coming in very soon. But like I said, I don't think I'm going to be using a continual investment of it because they're getting in smaller supply, and they're very, very pricey, okay? So this question here is from Bobo, or Bebo, sorry, not Bobo. Bebo, my apologies. Bebo says, can we use it on family members with their picture? Do we have to have their permission? So here's the thing. Can you use it on other people? If we're using the capture method, for example, right? So if I'm using a picture of somebody else and I'm doing healing on them, I would say it's a good courtesy. It's a good courtesy to ask permission for them, but it's not going to hurt them in any way, right? So if you do decide to do it, I would suggest just being courteous and saying, hey, mom, hey, dad, is it okay if I just do some healing work on you? Sure, no problem. Go ahead. Great. You got their permission, okay? There are some people who are also very intuitive that can just tune into their higher selves and just saying, okay, I'm talking to my mom and dad's higher self because my mom and dad are so stubborn, but their health is failing. I'm going to talk to their higher self and ask their higher self if it's okay. Their higher self gives me a yes, then go ahead and do it, okay? So I would just really suggest try and get permission from them first, okay? If they say no because they're very stubborn but their health is very, very low, do some meditation, talk to their higher self, right? Do some meditation, work with this, and if you're already getting that nudge from spirit saying just go ahead, then you can just go ahead, okay? But courtesy first would be my suggestion, of course, okay? Thank you, Bebo. All right. Sorry, I lost my spot in line here. 1 second. Okay, go down closer here. Okay, sorry guys, I lost my spot in mine. I was trying to shift my mouse, and all of a sudden I went down to the bottom of the chat. So I apologize if I skipped over your question. Bebo asks how much are the digital cards. I believe the body deck is $44.99 Canadian. The mind deck is $40.99 Canadian, and the energy deck is $44.99 Canadian. Okay, so you can basically say $45 for body and energy, $40 for mind deck. Okay, in Canadian funds. So it's a little cheaper for Americans. I charge in Canadian funds, guys, because I'm Canadian. That's why I do it. Okay. Libra Love asks, is there a discount if we purchase the digital but still want to purchase the physical? There will be some discounts coming very soon, okay? So I will be making some discounts available. Basically, I'll be doing like some early bird special. So like, for example, the first 2 weeks that the cards are out, I may do some discounts there as well too with coupon codes, okay? So you'll certainly have that ability. People who have first ordered the Energy deck when it came out in digital form. Also got a voucher for 25% off. So hold on to that voucher for those of you who got it. Okay, but we will have a little bit of discounts as well too to come. Anyways, guys, discounts aside and money aside, let's stick with more of the cards. Okay, in regards to what the cards are doing. All right, don't worry too much about the money situation. Okay. This is from Sean Ryan. When using digital on screen, I tend to use a blue light filter. Is this okay, or turn it off for the gazing method? It's totally okay. It's totally okay to turn off the blue filter, right? Or to have the blue filter on. It's okay. The cards will not be affected by that, okay? You guys will actually notice a difference when you have the digital cards and you have the printed cards, okay? So the digital cards are in RGB color format, which means there's a lot more rich color in them. When I print out the cards, I really have no choice on this. They print it out in CMYK format, and so there's a bit of a duller color with their cards, but again, that won't affect the codes, okay? I've already prepared for that and compensated for that. So even if you have a blue filter on your phone, don't worry, cards are still going to be good, and you'll feel it. You'll know when you're putting the cards on you. If you're using your phone, you can do that as well too. They also help to cancel out the EMF and ELF in the phones as well too. So when you're using them digitally, the ELF and EMF is canceled out by the codes in the card. Okay. So yes, good question, Sean. Thank you. Cheryl asks, hi Brad, can you use them on others remotely? Yes, you can. It's like I said, you can certainly use them on other people, but like I said, if you can, try to be courteous and ask permission first. Okay. If you do not get their permission, meditate on it, talk to Spirit. And if you're getting a thumbs up and saying, go ahead anyways, then you can go ahead anyways and do it, okay? But let's try and be courteous and ask permission. But yes, you can use them remotely. That's where the capture method comes in. So if you have a picture of your mom right here, okay? I have one of the cards right here, Heart Enhancer. And I just put that picture of my mom right on top of the card, and I put it down. Now it is remotely working on her, okay? The Heart Enhancer is remotely working on her, and I can even talk to the Heart Enhancer and saying, please help to heal my mom's heart. It's not doing very well. Please help, okay? And the card will go right to work. Say, sure, no problem. Just give me the picture. Here's the picture of my mom. It's on top of the card. I put the card aside. Capture method is now working on my mom, okay? So use the capture method if you're deciding to use remote assistance with other people, okay? But I would also suggest just tell them about the healing code cards so that they have their own deck as well too, okay? I know a lot of people want to use this in their healing practice. And I said, well, you guys telling them that they can buy the healing code card? Oh, no, I'm just letting them know that I can use the healing code cards on them. I said, please don't do that. This is for everybody, okay? Everybody should have a healing code cards deck. So please tell your friends, your clients about the healing code cards. Don't be greedy, okay? Don't just say, hey, I'm just using this specific deck and you can't use it. No, please share. Please let people know that the healing code cards are available. Let them have their own deck as well too. Okay, so please tell them about it. So guys, I'm not taking any questions that have nothing to do with the healing code cards. Okay, so please don't ask me other questions that have nothing to do with the healing code cards today. Okay. Okay, Kunga Zopa asks, which card heals athlete's foot to heal a fungus? You can work with the bacteria eliminator for that, and you can also work with the virus eliminator for that, okay? So virus and bacteria eliminator can both help to work in eliminating fungus, and that's the same thing with cancer, because cancer is just a fungus as well too, okay? So you're just working it to clear out fungus from the body. Bacteria eliminator, virus eliminator will do that, okay? So we're almost out of time here, guys. I'm probably going to take one or two more questions before we wrap up. So I'm just kind of looking for two good ones here to end on. Okay. So just give me a moment here, guys. I'm just looking through the questions here. Okay, so people who have the digital edition, this is coming from Anita, can you please explain the form method? Okay, so the methods, what are the methods when you're just doing the digital edition if it's on your phone? Okay, if you don't have a printout, what do you do if I just have the healing code cards on my phone? What can I use? Well, I can use the gaze method, okay? So I can stare at it for 60 seconds, okay? I can do the charge method. I just put it on my phone here. Okay, the card's on my phone, and here's a glass of water. I can lean it right against the glass. I can do the charge method. I can do the body method. I can put my phone, because again, the EMF and ELF is turned off from the cards, and I can put it on my body. I can do the body method. I can also do the capture method. Okay, I show the card image on my phone. I have a picture of myself that I put on my phone, and it's there. So the answer to your question is all 4 methods. Okay, all 4 methods can be used digitally, and they can be used physically. Okay, so if you have the physical deck, do all 4 forms of methods. If you have the cards on the phone or on your tablet, do all 4 methods. Okay, all 4 of them work on both physical decks and digital decks. Okay, so that's the answer. Now, when you're using, this is another thing I should bring up as well too, when you're using the amplifier cards, okay, obviously you cannot stack a digital card behind another digital card, okay? We don't do that. So what we would do is we would want to basically print out the amplifier cards by themselves, okay? So your 5X, your 10X, your 20X, and your 30X. Those amplifier cards should be printed out, okay? Because you're not going to be able to put them behind a card on the digital deck. It doesn't work that way, okay? So the amplifier decks work better physically. So you want to print out the amplifier deck altogether, or the amplifier cards altogether, and then print out the appropriate card that you want to use the amplifiers with. So if you're using the heart enhancer, go ahead and print that out. Okay. Some people say, well, Brad, if I have the card on my phone and I put the amplifier behind my phone, will that work? No, it will not work, because you're looking at 2 different mediums there. Okay. So it just doesn't work, right? It will not really see that as a card. It could cause some disruption there. So that's not going to work. So you want to make sure you're printing out your amplifier cards, and you're also printing out the appropriate card or cards you want to work with your amplifiers with. Okay. So the digital deck is very good for just using cards by themselves without amplifiers. Okay. Now I have a big secret that I am going to be revealing here very, very soon. It's kind of a hint. Okay. I'm going to be developing very soon something brand new that will bring the Healing Code cards to a complete and total new digital platform where you will be able to use amplifiers with that digital platform. Okay, that is a brand new big project that I'm going to be undertaking when all of the physical cards are done. Okay, so when I'm done with the Mind Deck Special Edition, and that one has 44 cards, all of the physical decks are now done, and then I'm going to be moving on to the big project. Okay, and that project will involve a new digital platform, and it's going to be tremendous. Okay, so I really cannot share too much on it right now. I'm still kind of keeping it top secret, but I will reveal it in time. But there will be the capability where you'll be able to use this digital platform where you'll have amplifier borders, and you'll be able to use those borders as amplifiers on your digital phones. Okay, so more information on that will come down in the future, but I'm kind of keeping it hush-hush right now. Okay. Final question is, Joyce asks, what do you recommend for a first deck? I really can't answer that. Okay, I really don't want to make decisions for you guys. Okay, you have to look into yourself. If you feel that your body is in very poor health, then you should be working with the body deck. Okay, if you feel like you're having a lot of emotional and mental conflicts, then you should be working with the mind deck. Okay, so you can use that in combination. And if you really just want to, if you're in good shape and you want to really purify your body to that next level, you can work with the energy deck. Okay, so the energy deck is more of a purification deck. It helps with purification and refinement in that way. Whereas the body deck and the mind deck work with personal detoxification. Okay, so you have to make up your own mind. I cannot make that decision for you. You look at the cards, you find out where you're at, and like I said, I would say talk to spirit. Let your intuition decide. But I'm never going to make a decision for you guys. Okay? So thank you, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of the Healing Code Cards free e-course, The Body Deck. I will be back next Saturday, again, at 11 a.m. Pacific, as we'll be talking about the Mind Deck. Okay, so go back to this video. You can look at many different things. I'll have some chapters on this video here very soon as well, too, so you can look at certain areas that I discuss also. Thank you again, guys, for being here today, for your presence. Thank you for your questions, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. Take care, and may it be well with you. Goodbye for now.